Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Julian Gomez. I'm here today with the Rustero Group, Madison, Wisconsin. Today I'll be going over 2019 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon, how to use all the off-road features, engage and disengage the four-wheel drive, the axle lockers, the sway bar disconnect, and how to use the off-road pages. So upon entering the vehicle, you'll notice that for 2018, they completely updated the interior of the Wrangler. So they added plenty of new options and features, but for the purpose of this video, we'll just be talking about the off-road performance features. So first thing you'll notice is the buttons for the axle lockers and the sway bar disconnect have been moved from the left side of the steering wheel to just in front of the four-wheel drive shift lever, and they're coded in red to make it a little bit easier to see. So I'll start by showing you how to use the four-wheel drive. You've got three separate options. You've got two-wheel drive high, you've got four-wheel drive high, and you've got four-wheel drive low. So for the first setting, you take the mechanical shift lever and you're in two-wheel drive high. You pull it straight back down with a little bit of force. It'll pop into four-wheel drive high. The gauge selector will show you that you're in four-wheel drive high, and it will be illuminated. And from there you can drive. Now, it's not a good idea to drive on dry pavement with the four-wheel drive active, so make sure you're only doing this either while you're stopped or while you're in off-road conditions. Now, to move down to the four-wheel drive low, you do have to set the transmission into neutral. So put your foot on the brake, set the transmission into neutral, move the shift lever to the right, and pull it all the way straight down. Your auto park will be disabled, your traction control will be turned off, and your electronic stability control will also be turned off. From there, you can put it back into drive. Now, taking it out of four-wheel drive is the exact opposite. So transmission goes back into neutral, manhandle the shift lever all the way up. Now we're in four-wheel drive high, and then one more push up gets you back into two-wheel drive. And from there, you can go back into park. Now, what's cool about the brand new JL is they've added a new off-road pages to the Wrangler with the 8.4-inch available touchscreen. So you've got three separate options of information that you can look at. And most of this will be used while you are off-road. So the first section is called drivetrain. You've got your steering angle, it shows the transfer case position. You've got sway bar, it shows connected or disconnected, your front axle and your rear axle, and if they're locked or not. Underneath that, you've got coordinates and you've got altitude as well. It's a lot of good information there. The next section is called accessory gauges, and these are all the important parameters that you'll want to keep an eye on while you're off-roading, specifically oil temp, coolant temp, and the transmission temperature, because you don't want anything to overheat. The same altitude and coordinates and transfer case position are always displayed on the bottom, no matter which option you're in. And the last one is called pitch and roll, and this will show how level you are with the ground, just to make sure you don't tip over. So that's pretty self-explanatory, and for the purpose of this video I won't be showing you how to use that, but it is there for when you purchase your brand new Wrangler. Now for the off-road accessories, you've got three separate options. So you have your front and your rear axle locker, and you've got an electronic sway bar disconnect. Now first things first, the electronic sway bar disconnect can be a little bit tricky to use, as sometimes when you're trying to engage it, it'll seem like it's not working. Usually the cause of that is torque locked. So when the vehicle's front wheels aren't aligned properly and evenly, that sway bar is a little bit off-centered, so it's not going to become unlocked. So to avoid having it sit there and disconnect and process, you want to either drive the vehicle onto a flat surface or rock the vehicle back and forth while it is engaging. Now for the purpose of this video, I'll show you how to do that and not let it fully engage. So we'll pull it down to four-wheel drive high, let that engage, hit the sway bar disconnect button. It'll stay flashing because I'm not going to let it fully disconnect, and it'll stay flashing until you either put it back into park and it'll connect itself, or you can press it again and it'll reconnect while you're sitting still. Now for the axle lockers, you have a couple different ways that you can use these. So you have to be in four-wheel drive low, set the transmission to neutral, shift down into the low range, put it back into drive, and then you can engage them, either the front and the rear at the same time, or just the rear by itself. So all you have to do is make sure you're in four-wheel drive low, set the transmission to drive, and press the toggle down for the rear only. It'll stay locked. You can press the unlock or off button. That'll unlock them. And then the same thing for the front and the rear at the same time. Press the toggle up. It'll lock the axles nice and quickly. And then again, to turn it off, you just press this button. Now what's cool about the drivetrain and the off-road pages is it shows you exactly what's going on. So right now, we have the transfer case locked into four-wheel drive low. The axles are unlocked, right now, and the sway bar is connected. So while you're off-roading, if you forget or you're looking down or you can't see because you're at an insane incline, you can always know if you're in four-wheel drive, if it's unlocked, well, the transfer case is in, where the sway bar is, just by checking your touchscreen. So that's all I have for you today, guys. I hope this was a little bit educational. I hope you learned something about how the new JL Wranglers work. And whenever you're ready to come buy your brand new Wrangler Rubicon, come see Julian Gomez at Rustero Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Madison. Thanks for watching.